Oh, hello, good afternoon, everybody. It's very impromptu on this, in light of what's going on. Now, I don't want to run the risk of upsetting anybody or whatever. So rather than try and say it's going to be this, this, and this, I would like to spend that little bit extra time together. That wasn't bad, was it? Deciding, like reflection, because I know I'm probably not on my own when I say these times that we're going through now is can be very triggering. It has for me, and I'm sure it has for many. You know, it's not just a lot of people looking at what's going on in the UK will think, "Oh, what's happening?" But it's the connotations of what else goes on with it. So, you know, for instance, the triggers of losing people, loved ones, it's devastating, but it brings it all flooding back, or trauma or anything. So I didn't want to come on screaming, shouting, I love this and I do this. I just wanted to say, I thought about a little bit of time to reflect together. And maybe I thought a picture frame would be nice for us to do. So that if it is the Queen, or if it's your loved one, your family member, a partner, anybody, you know, you might have lost someone you really care about, or something you care about, or something that you care about, then you want to sort of reflect and make that what we're going to do now, then go ahead and do it. I think it's a great way of, I think we tend to think, well, I do, I get very sad. And the point being is sometimes I don't want to be sad because I had a brilliant time remembering like the mum or whatever. So I thought on that point would make a frame. I'm using black card because I think it's appropriate. And I'm using some white pens. So I've got some 0.5s, I've got bigger pens, thinner pens. Many of them won't work, but just as long as I can do a bit of drawing and writing. I might need to get some of these because I've got an 8 there. I might need to get some there. So, grab yourself some pens. Oh, 08. 05. Okay, so I've chopped it down to a square. Get some light pens. Okay, I've got my circle maker. One of the things you can do is create a circle and a square as well. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I just do this, and I'm touching the corner there and the corner there to get that there. It might not be perfect, but you've got the idea. It's a circle in the square. Oops, why is that gone like that? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Right, okay. So, yeah, so you can do a circle and a square. You could have your frame. You can die cut that out. You could use it as a frame and chop that off to make it square. Oh, I have got a couple of poskets as well, which I forgot about them. I've got all sorts of this. Just get out what you've got. I don't think there's going to be many people around today, but I am not worried. I just want people who are on their own. Or if you think, oh, I can't stand listening to this, or I can't stand being part of this because it upsets me, or I don't want to watch it, or I do want to watch it, but for whatever reason, reflection is a great time, whether it's reflecting on your own life, that of one of a loved one, or just a time in your life. We can all do this together, just to let you know you're not on your own. You're seriously not on your own. And what I've got is, I did one many moons ago, and people fell in love with it. So I thought perhaps we could do another like that, where we've got this square. So the next thing I've got to decide is how we're going to present this. So I'm going to go round with my circle maker. It is very different, different folks, different strokes. Very harrowing when you're on your own. You don't know quite what to do. So, yeah, this is my little way of helping me and you. If you want to be here, if you don't, you don't. But that's cool as well, whatever you want to do. So I've marked some circles on it, right, just to get a basic sort of feel. I've got 5, so I would do 7 or 9. And I want to build up some more here. So if you haven't got a circle, well, Michael Jackson is the person to go burn his ear off. Not burn his ear off, that ain't good, is it? Go and ask him, he's a guy. He has these, and they're very good. So I've created like a cluster there. And I'm creating a cluster here. And I'm just going to do this. Grief is a very personal thing, whether you want others to know or not, that's fine. But I was talking to very good friends of mine. They said, it might even be an idea if you went on and just said to people, look, you're not on your own. I said, I don't think they'd want that. But, I do listen to my friends because they're my friends. So I decided to just come on impromptu and just show you what I'm going to do. And they won't be round by the time I finish. So I've got like this bubble here, keeping this. The idea, the whole point of the exercise today is you could do this. Victorians had mourning period times. So it would be like for a year for the wives and stuff. This could just be, rather than it being a morning or morning, as in not as in AM, but morning with a U. This could be like just a really nice frame that you can put your pictures of your loved ones in. So I've got the odd one here. Looks a bit strange now, but my stuff always does, doesn't it? Now I feel really bad, but I'm still going to tell you. I Like Crafts have offered us 50% off those pens. if you say FL50 on highlight website, you get all them fibre pens that I was using yesterday. Half price. That is crazy money. Anyway, so I'm only saying that because somebody's asked me. I'm not saying it because I'm being a bit awful. Well, I am awful. I don't care. So the next thing is, let's have a look at what I'm going to put in them. I do like all my Zentangles, Zen Doodles, then this, then that, then the other. And there are lots, but I like these to be like, one of my favourite lines, I suppose, is the idea of balance. I'm not too sure whether this will fit. Yeah, but it's scratching, look, so I'm going to go freehand. I quite like that though. See how it's doing that. So I'm going to go freehand. So now these are going to become flowers. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people didn't feel hopelessly alone, because I know this has triggered many things for me, and that I'm pretty certain it probably would trigger other people's traumas or whatever you want to call them. So I'm here. The people in the group, our admin are here, and you reflect on your way, however you want. You don't have to do it in a particular way. You don't have to do it in any way. You can just make this as a really nice, just piece of artwork. Oh, Angela, you're not alone. We're here. Lonely is a state of mind, not a body. You can have a million friends and be in a crowded room and still feel lonely. Right, okay, so it's beginning to come on a bit now. I was really toying with the idea of coming on because I thought, would it be conceived as bad manners, rude, trying to get a live on? And I haven't done it for any of those reasons. I've done it because I know in myself, you all know why, with my mental health issues, that I need to know that if there's people out there going through the same rubbish as me, that they know they're not on their own. Or that they've lost somebody close, and this brings all that trauma back. You're not on your own. We're here together. Now the thing is, you can set that as 3D or 2D. Okay, so if you put the white line in and change, you could have it 3D that way or 3D that way. Excuse my fingers, I've been painting. So we've got these. So one of my favorite is yin and yang. So yin and yang is a shape like that. So what it's like a long S. Okay, so if you put a circle around it. So if you feel a bit scared of that, so I'm going to go straight in with my pen, and I'm just going to go. If we've got like a dodgy line there, There we go. This is really a mindful Moodle today. It really is. It's all about reflection. Reflecting on what you're doing, reflecting on, does it make you feel good? Is it, if it doesn't, why isn't it? Yeah, the things that you could make it feel that make you feel better. I think you've got to really, it's really strange because you have to accept that this is how things are, but how you respond to them are very private, aren't they? They're very you. And that's very important that we realise that one person's reaction to something isn't necessarily you know, I forgot what I was saying. So I'm just putting the flower in. I might not keep them in. I might just put a full ring around them. And I'm going to go with the very big one here. Just this one, I quite like this one because it's like me and perfect. So can you see? Be careful not to do too much in one space like me. So let's go for a different shape. Remember, you're not on your own. Reflection of perhaps things that could have, should have, would have, but it's all it is, reflection. Keep your pen. Do you know what? I always remember when I was having counselling and cognitive behaviour therapy. Loved it. And then I went on to sort of learn it myself. Is incredibly powerful used the right way because it allows you to sort of create strategies that really help you to get through things. So sometimes I used to think, how can you turn something on its head so that it portrays something different? It's like, oh, I can't do that today. Well, what can you do today? And there's that constant, well, whatever you can do that one. Well, oh, I can't do this and can't do that. And you're like constantly, some people just put up all these barriers and you're like, hang on, the only person who's putting the barriers up are you. You've got to sort of stop doing it. And I felt very much like that was what I was doing, you see. So it made sense to me to try and knock it on its head, so to speak, get rid of the negativity and do a positive spin on it. So I remember there was a lady there who was devastated that she could no longer do anything with horses. And it was really sad to see her because you could see that she was really upset about it. But rather than letting it get to her, we were saying, well, what can you do? So you can't ride that horse, but what can you do? And I think that was the powerful thing. It's when you're ready to turn it on its head. And it's a bit like this. It's the grief that perhaps people are feeling today. So here I'm putting some odd flowers in. And they are odd because they're not like anything I've seen anyway. So, and I'm creating a picture frame. Now, you could use it as a picture frame for a loved one, or you could use it just as a nice journal page. Either way, it's up to you. Nobody's telling you, how to do this. So just put a little cherry in there. It's quite a nice little shape, so you draw your circle. Don't join it up. Right, so we've got some lines here. They look a bit crazy and all, but don't worry. It's right, okay, so we've got that one there. I'm debating whether to make this into something else there. So I'm going to do the same here. So let's go with a big version. So I've changed it slightly, so it does look like that, but got to be careful. I don't want it to start looking like a Pepsi or a finger mark brand tennis ball. There's something about a white pen on black paper that just does it for me. It really does. Careful, they look like tonsils. No, I'm not being disrespectful if anyone thinks that, not at all. Take your time, just if you want to think about things, then think about things. If you prefer to just let yourself get lost in the drawing. That's brilliant as well. But whatever you do, just enjoy your time. Don't be rushing. Don't worry about the washing up. It'll still be there. I'm not trying to be clever or disrespectful, so if I'm coming over that way, and I do apologise, but I'm not meant to be. So during the next few days, it's going to be very strange for people, and I'm going to be around most days in the group. I will be in my listening room quite a lot, my reading room, craft and listen. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be around and about. I'm having a lovely day out with some of the group members, Karen and Tracy. We're going to the Burning Man, Chatsworth, on Monday. It is open. So, yeah, we're going there, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to that. So, and we were going to call it off, but it's still open, and it's all about everybody's different, aren't they? No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just different. So yeah, I'm looking at that, and I'm quite liking it. I just need to make some better patterns on these big balls here, because I don't think the balls are I think they're a bit empty, aren't they? So I think we need a little bit of circles, but they've got a gap in them. So like that. That's better. Not all over, just quite like that now. So I'll do the same here. So it's a U. Like that. And put another little one there. There we go. So that's got a nice feel to it, and I might put them all in here. It seems like that's a really nice one for that as well. So we do a see like that. There we go. Quite a nice one, that, isn't it? Like a Celtic sort of feel to it. I'm just going to put 3 here. So I really like that. It's pretty. I'm going to add some more in here, but I think that's enough for now. So I'm going to work upwards as well. I really like that circular one. So don't know what the weather's like near you. Throwing it down here. Right, so we've got those like little squirrely lines. I love those lines. I just think they've got so much potential. And it was an accident because my pen ran out. There we go. Maybe this one as well to even it out. So if you had a masking pen, you could put a line there. So it's sort of it's a very difficult time to know what's right and what's wrong, isn't it? I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Is it right? Do you think it's bad manners? And you've just got to go and do your normal thing the way you want to do it without, if you know in your heart that you're not being disrespectful, then that's what matters. I've not put lots of comments on in the group because I don't want it to. Only because I didn't want to cause any triggers. I didn't want to upset people, and I don't want to cause any unnecessary aggro. So that's the reason why I turned off a lot of commenting and stuff. So it's not that I don't want to hear you. That's just the opposite. I do want to hear you. But what I don't want to do is cause trauma to people by triggering. And everybody deals with it differently, and it's difficult because if you deal with it in a certain way and you've got people perhaps dealing it in it their way, which is very vocal and stuff, then that might not be your way. And that's incredibly difficult, isn't it? You don't want to upset them. So you walk in a very fine line. And I'm hoping that makes sense. So I've put some circles in here. I quite like this idea of those wiggly lines there. I do like them. They remind me of pine cones. Daft thing to say, I know, but they do. So I'm just going to colour some of these in actually. It's been the radio's been mainly to do with obviously very appropriate songs, but I've never experienced it. So it's quite an unusual thing to be going through, isn't it, for a lot of us? So I've done lots of different patterns, and I'm getting into the swing of this now. I hope you can hear it's absolutely throwing. Hello, everybody. I'm now doing it through StreamYard, StreamYard, and I'm doing it through Facebook and YouTube. So, yeah. So you should see it on 3 different platforms. Wow, it's dark. We're going to get thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. So I'm going through my sketchbook. And in my sketchbook, I've got all sorts of stuff. Patterns that I've used, I've created, and patterns I've forgotten about, and they're the best ones, aren't they? So here, I'm going to draw some leaves. The leaves are really easy to draw. They're like a paisley. So looks like a whale, that one, but hey ho. Helps to just take the edge off. Now I wonder whether I should do the full circle or leave it square. I think I know what I'm going to do. Oh wait, what have I dropped? That's better. Can you see the line now? Just rip the end of this book to do this. Silly woman. So I'm just going to pull that down. Okay, so you can see I've got that nice shape. Leave that black and then pattern in there, look really nice. So yeah, I'm just going to put some leaves on and some in the gap, some bobbly bits. That's a technical term. Hope everybody's okay. Genuinely okay. I'm not just saying it to get a reaction or to doing it because I really do care. And I'm not saying that other people don't. I'm just saying I do. So it's coming on a little bit now. You can see this formation. Just going to pop that in there where the pencil lines are and just go over the lines. I like to reflect on all the good times that I've had with my loved ones. People I miss. Even people I don't like, because I just think it's a shame because they're losing out. I really do. It sounds really ridiculous, that, but I really do feel like they're missing out. I never used to feel like that. I used to think, oh, I'm missing out, but I really don't believe it anymore. Time and age has made me realise what are important. You know, as I say, saving your best pants. Nah, get them used. They'll either be too small, they'll disintegrate. You'll put them on and they'll end up like thongs. So get them used. Get them on. And that's my philosophy now. I'm not waiting. Just do it. It's people spend time on this earth amassing money or amassing hoards of stuff to do what with? To leave it to someone else? Get it used, if you can, in a good way. People make their own way in life like we have, so let them do that. Help them out, but don't make yourself a clampet in the meantime. Not wrong with being a clampet. Right, so I've got some here which are a little bit fuzzy wuzzy because they're a bit big. So I need to sort of bring them down a little bit. But I quite like the idea of there's a simple shape that always works. And it's a love heart. So there's 4. 1, 2. Oh, you get them. They're easy to do, aren't they? And again, dots create. I mean, if you've done this in pencil, you can alleviate those dots by not doing them. Now these are like, there's 2 dots there because they're going to be like a fern, I think. Quite like them being a fern or anything like that, or a donut thing. So that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw lines in. That's quite nice, that. This is what they're called, sequin. So you put your line in, put your dot in, and you just go over the top like a little hook. Can you see? Like a little hook. Alexa, play. Oh, I forgot what to call it. Alexa, play traditional Chinese music, please. Playing traditional Chinese music. What kind of music? Go for it. Go, go, go. So, yeah, right. These lines will have like that, like in the middle. 1, 2, 3. I wonder what it's like outside today. People, I mean, in general. I wonder if it's any problems around people, you know. bit scary, or people just getting on with life. Because, like, we might have lost a loved one ourselves, and you start to think, well, they deserve respect and thanks and stuff. So it's all about reflection and thinking about that, not saying that you shouldn't reflect on anything to do with the Queen. I'm just saying I'm thinking more of it as a reflection of loved ones or caring, and so you're not on your own type of jobby. Right, so we've got quite a lot going on now. Excellent. I'm very good with the very good with Alexas. They know me. Most of them know me. So in fact, some of them only answer to me. I know I can shout my friends and it won't do what she wants, it does what I want. You're in. Result. So can you see I'm just scooting it out that way? Thank you, Leslie. This would look nice on parchment, wouldn't it? Maybe we could do this. At the monastery. Don't like that bit there, so I'm going to have to change it to a flower. Yay! I'm having that. Yay! Sometimes it does you good to have a peak tongue, doesn't it? Oh, I'm liking that. Are you? I hope you like that. Can we drink it now? Let's see. You could have it like that, which I suppose it's okay like that. You could have it like that, okay like that. With it being a square, it don't really matter which way you want it, does it? So I'm stepping away just for a moment. Now, this isn't planned. This is just, I'm pretty lucky, right, in the fact that having like a bit of knowledge about products, blah, 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 products and techniques, I can just pick up something and work with it. Not saying it's going to be any good, but that only comes through practice. So when today, and I was talking to Rachel, and she said, you know what, well, and I went, do you really think so? And she said, yeah. And I knew straight away what I was going to do. Black card. And create a lovely image with it. So that it can be taken in a multitude of ways. And not, too worried about it being misconstrued or whatever. You can make of it as you wish. Or not. So, yeah, it was very, very much from my friends telling me what they think, and I'm very grateful to them. I'm just looking at this now and I'm thinking, what do I like in here? I do like right, the C's. Can you see them? Like the C's and then a line. When the Victorians they used to have mourning jewellery and carry locks of hair or from their loved ones. It's quite a nice thing. Some people find it macabre, but it's each to their own, isn't it? Some people now have jewellery made. Some people like to have like little candles near pictures. This is for my mum and dad. And do it, see, they're changing all the time. It's weird, isn't it, how you start and then my mum and dad, you've seen a picture of them, they're wonderful. Very handsome couple. So I've got this like fabric style doodah going on. I don't think I like that there. I might do something else, but it's whether I want to do any more around the edge. I think I need to sort of close it off. And by close it off, I mean put another line on that's sort of finishing it. I think this is so mindful. This is like little circles, right? If I go to sleep, if you go to sleep, don't worry. Now, I'm not doing it today because I don't feel it's the right time or place to do it, but when I do my next live on Sunday, I will show you the pens I've been working with and all the other stuff I've been working with. I don't want to do it today if you don't mind. Although I have given you a hint before, but I just feel that it's... If you like these, then please go and have a look on my website, louwithers.com, and you'll see there's hundreds of videos, all free, that if you feel that there's something that you really like, go for it, do that. See how it's changed? It amazes me how I go. Look. So I'm going to go bigger now. So it goes bigger, smaller. Do you get me? Very peaceful. You're right, Maz. Very peaceful. Can you hear it, guys? Thunder and lightning. It could be Christmas baubles. Could be anything like that. You choose. Right, so it's fat thin like me. Oh, I know. Yeah, don't need to feel like you're on your own. You're not. Just think of all those people who feel the same way. We're all not alone, are we? Can you see how the depth brings it together? I really like that. So, oh my goodness me. I think I need... Not all over, just like that. What do you reckon, guys? I've got a thicker pen now. Not that I need it. Now that was Kay Rutter who said to me, you remember who did the Oogie board? She told me to do that and my pens come, and she was right. So I do that now, yeah. That's much better. This is a fatter end. That's better. Can you see now how it's really... So you pick the areas that you really want. You don't want it all over, you just want to pick up that definition so that even though it's all white, you've got a difference in the white. It's darker, lighter here, and bubbly or not bubbly, dotty or not dotty. I'm really loving this, and it's strange. This is getting back to my moodling. Maybe I needed time to reflect to do this. I think it's had a major impact on me today, in a good way. It's made me sit back and just think, right, what is it that I like doing? Get back to it. Get back to it. Can you see now? Hopefully that's... Yes, Maz, I've always said, always, it's imperative to have different nibs, because all you're doing is you're creating the same sort of shape repetitively, which is great, but then adding just that different weight of ink and nib really do make a big difference, because it's like colouring in with a brush with one hair on it, a wall. You don't do it, do you? You know what I mean? You get a brush with two hairs on it. So I'm just putting in some lines there. I'm going to make sure that everything connects in a minute. So I quite like this. So yeah, I remember once seeing on TV somebody quite well known turned around and said, you don't need loads of nibs. You do if you want to create depth, movement, pattern. You do need a few nibs. And it's not a selling point that you're trying to get people to buy. It's just easier. It's easier when you're designing, easier when you're creating, and you really can tell the difference. So, to that person, you do need them. And you see now how it's capturing the light, the darker areas, the lighter areas. So, this is still... There we go. Okay, just a little bit of light in it. Right, okay, let's have a look at this now. I think one of the nicest things is, was Rachel mentioned to me that, I think it was Brenda who wrote, Rachel said the same thing, was, when we get to this, we've got our creativity, and black ones to that. So some people don't have that, and that must be quite... Well, I can't imagine it because I've always had it. So seems really really difficult for me to sort of get around not having this. And I can see all these patterns that I'm now creating in embroidery. Hint, hint. So when we're doing our circle, we can do one half of it darker than the other. So for instance, when you're doing, I've got one now. When you're doing your line, you can go around one bit more than the other bit. This is totally addictive. No other word for it. No other word for it. You get lost doing this. Now, she says. Now then. Now then. I don't want to create too much difference, she says. But I think I could do a bit of... Where's that pen gone? I can't see it now because my eyes have gone screw with there. You know it? Looking at the ball, little tiny balls in that. Screw with it. So I think it's the... Hey, got it. Right, I think this is the one. This is the one. Right, okay, so... This is a glitter. Glitter. Sorry. I know, Alexa, you don't have to tell me. So I'm just putting a little bit of glitter on. Looks very full on, doesn't it? Very full on. It's like, whoa. Do we like it like that? Do I like it like that? No, don't like it like that. That's all right. It's a bit top heavy. Bottom heavy's better. Bottom heavy's better. So what we can do is, I don't think I've got enough rubbers. Get rid of any extra lines. Oh, well, that really helped, didn't it? Rubbing them out. Silly woman. So we've got that there. I'm going to do one more thing just to create depth with this. And she's... Right, all I'm doing is dots. In fact, I didn't need to do that running stitch, but hey ho. You live and learn. Right, like that. Because if you make a bit of a Pete Tong with this, don't worry, because you just go in with a black pen and put black dots in. Like that. You can see how it's bringing it out a bit now. Now, I didn't plan on being on today. When you are in this, when you are in this predicament, or you're in this sort of situation, you do get a bit lost. So I thought, well, I'll listen to my friends And if people want to be around and watch, they can. And if people want to know that they're not on their own, they know that now. And because there is something called the off button. So if you don't like it, you just switch it off, don't you? Makes me laugh when I hear all this going on about don't this, don't like this, don't like that. Just turn it off. Just turn it off. Don't watch it. It's like having a sore in your mouth when you keep poking it with your tongue. Stop poking it, it won't hurt then. So I'm just going to do, oh my goodness me, that's stunning. This is so rewarding. So rewarding. And what if a bit of black card and a white pen? And it might be a bit much, but if I could cut this out and have that as a separate one, which it might work better because it does look like, if you're not careful, like what I'm doing now, it could be a dog's dinner. It's really strange how the last few months I've been working on my embroidery. I was even thinking of going and doing a degree, but at the Royal School of Needlework, it's I've got to do it, but I'll never be able to do it. It's too expensive. And I want to do it so much because I've always loved my embroidery, and I've been working with some stuff from Hand and Lock, and that's like the Queen's regalia, or one of them, and Toy as well, TOYE. And it's been really strange how I've been like really concentrating and researching the regalia and insignias and ciphers and stuff, military and domestically and overseas. Just brilliant. So I've really got to know about the uses of like wire and stuff, but it's the badges and the epaulets and stuff. Just stunning. All the wire work that goes into it. And then yeah, there's a couple of the in the Hand and Lock one. There's a great I'm not affiliated with them at all. There's a great one where they've got a Jubilee box or a platinum box. Can't remember which one. And they've got some of the Queen's brooch patterns, and you get your gimp or your French wire, and you get your pearl, and you can make the brooches. It's a brilliant um, pastime. Because as I've told you before, I like to be creative, but sometimes I don't want to be creative in what work. If it's work, then I have to step away. But I want to be creative, but not with work all the time. So I tend to sort of like need to be creative, but with something else. If that makes any sense, then you're better than me. So here, all I've done is normally we'd do this with a black pen, but this would look quite nice mounted on its own. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. So can you say that? Nice with a picture in that of a loved one. And yesterday I was sorting out some of my vintage jewellery, which I've collected for 40, 50 years. And I remember out jumble sales with my mum. Me and my mum were right. Skip dive. Well, my mum did skip dive. I skipped dive, but she didn't. And we went out flea markets and used to collect out vintage stuff. So I've amassed all this stuff, and I was looking through it, and there's a biscuit tin from McVitie and Summit, and it had the Queen's head on it, and it was like, wow. So nearly done now. So whether you believe in the moniker, whether you believe in religious things, afterlife, whatever. It's not about that. I've done this today because you may have felt a little bit lost and it's triggered maybe trauma that you've had or losing ones. So yeah, it's you take this any way you want, but only take it without prejudice, because it wasn't meant to be like that. It was meant to be simple, on your own. I'm really loving that now. It's like spectral, isn't it? It looks like a record. Shut up. So I'm just dotting it together. The closer they are, the more dense it looks, obviously. And the more dense it looks, the more darker or lighter, depending on what colour you're using. You get like a spectral glowy white, especially if you put let's put silver with it. Is that silver? It's grey. Oh yeah, that makes a difference. You probably won't be able to see it there. See it? So I'm going to bring that down there. I'll do it up here and show you, and then I put a bit of black on it, but I'm using a black glaze, and the reason I'm doing that is because the shininess, because it'll be tonal black on black. I'm carrying on because I love it. Might as well do them all, didn't we? Well, sack it. You can all turn off if you want. I'm not worried. Right, so this is like a silver grey. It's not a silver, it's like a gunmetal. That's the colour I was looking for. That's the colour. Probably get done for music. Not the Chinese, traditional Chinese music, but me tapping like this. Probably say it's some sort of riff. Right, I'm going to get the black in now, if this works. Come on, come on. Come on. I can't see it. My eyes have gone skewer. Right, not there. Come on, come on. Skewer, skewer. You can get a nail file. Oh, here's another one. Can get a nail file on him. Oh. Right, just I wiggle it so you can see it. Can you see now? Get the black on it. It's sort of, it's tonally on tone, but it's shiny. You've got matte and shine. Oh, loving it. It's quite a fine nib. This, I think it's a 0.35 or something. So if you've got some here that are a little bit heavy, you go back over them with a break that up. Very fine pen, this. So you can draw over them as well. Yeah, I really like that. Right, now. Oh. Right, just reading some comments online. I can't read everybody's because you're all over different places and stuff like that. So, but I am very grateful for coming on today and being with me. As much as I'm here for you, you've been here for me, which is absolutely paramount. There we go, bit of blue on it. So, you know, in the same right, it's vice versa. So you're not on your own. I don't know if the football fixtures are on or off yet, so we're not too sure. But I'm hoping to get back on Sunday because I'm going to that exhibition with Tracy and Karen. If anybody else wants to join us, we're at Chatsworth from 10:30 and we're going to see the Burning Man exhibition, which is free. So just to show you, can you see blue now? Just gives it that beautiful look. And then I might put in here. Oh yeah. These are the Pentel Duo colours. I cannot tell you how much I love them for sparkle. If you go to louwithers.com, there's my Amazon page which I've got them on. Oh, I shouldn't really have done that. But anyway, in case you want to know. Sorry if you don't. Right. That's me, that's better. And I think I think sometimes we forget that you think you can't see it, but you actually can. And it gives it that something extra, perhaps, that you've been missing. Now, I think personally, probably, when you say, I'd probably chop that out and have that separate. And then have this as its own. Oh, get your Nouveau drops on or your stickles. Hopefully, these will help you enjoy. Just try and, can you see? That little glows round them. Thank you. Just distraction. Yeah, I've been called a few things, but not that. But yeah. A gentle distraction. If that's what people need, then yeah, hopefully that's what they've got. See him get carried away. I've got some more. Stop, she said. Stop. Stop. These are from Asda, these pens. The doodle ones are great. Right, I'm going to stop there. Stop. Stop. Oh, Pergamano one. That's not good being in there. So, see, these bright colours will work, but don't go too bananas like I am. So, I'm leaving it there. I am absolutely leaving it there. I have used a piece of black card. I've chopped it down so that the black card is, let me just get this so I can do it because then I can fold it. The black card is a square pink frog card I've used because, well, I'll be honest with you, there's lots and lots of great, just going to use this one actually because it's got stronger nib. Lots of great papers out there, so you use what's best for you. There we go. That's it. That's better. So I've done my square. So you could have it on another square like that if you wish. So if you cut that out, there's another one. Yeah, just remember, yeah, whilst physically you might feel that you are on your own, you are, in essence, with many of us who are on our own. And it's, you're not, we're here. You don't sometimes just come into the group, just say hi. You don't have to, you can lurk. But we just ask that you're nice. And if you've got a grievance with somebody, then having it in the group is not an idea and it's not allowed. So if you do that, I'm afraid there's not even a warning for you just out, because we don't want that. We go above and beyond trying to make sure that our group's safe. So for that reason, we just want you to enjoy your time here with the group. Where's my pen lid? And enjoy being crafty and arty. And yeah, I love that. And if you did a small one, yeah, these would make great Christmas balls, wouldn't they? But I think this on its own, mounted on white over it, yeah, and I'd pick elements out and do them a bit again. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm really conscious that that you know you spent your time with me. I really want you to know that we all are here, especially the admin. You're not on your own. In thoughts and deeds, we're here for you. However you deal with whatever. If you don't deal with it, if you do deal with it, whatever it is, then there'll be somebody who is in a similar situation that can help, or just be there, or just chat. You know, it's a very small world now on the internet, and we can get together at times like this and just do what our saviour is. Well, some of us, can't say everybody, which is going to our craft and our art world. And if we can do it together, it's even better, isn't it? So if you like these and you want to know a little bit more, go to louwithers.com and you've got the YouTube and all the other things on there that you can sort of go and have a look at. And I think there's 200 videos. And you can go and have a pick and get lost in there for half an hour. I mean that nice way. So, yeah, I will see you soon. Thank you. Stay safe. You're not on your own. And, yeah, remember that there's people like us everywhere. All right, take care. Bye. Where's my button? Oh, there it is.